Hey man, say man, you already know I'm finna say man. It's your boy Cash Carter, GTG, Grind Me to Glory, checking in, never checking out. For sure, it gotta go, man. And today we about to go ahead and talk about this voting, man. So a lot of people I've been hearing saying like they're not voting because it doesn't make a difference. They're not voting because they don't want a woman for president. They're not voting because they don't want Donald Trump or a woman for president. They're not voting because they feel we need our own party and things of that nature. So I feel that with my podcast being as big as it is, with my podcast having as big of effect in the community, that it's only right that I come on here and I talk to you guys about voting. And I ain't about to talk your head off. I don't want to bore y'all, but y'all gotta know that where it starts and where it ends. See, in the beginning, nobody could vote but land owning white man. Then it went to white man. Then it went from land owning black man who could pass the test and those other people. Then it went from just men, black man. Then finally women came, and it was just so many different obstacles for them to go over just to even be able to vote. Once they was even legally able to vote, that it gotta let you guys know something, that there is some type of importance too, because they want to keep us from it. And we don't listen, we don't know people agendas. We don't know what's real and what's not. All we can know is what they don't want us to know is something that is important. Like, if they're trying to hide it, it's important. They're trying to keep us away from it, it's important. They don't want us to have it, it's important. Opportunity, weapons, certain knowledge of the past, certain technological new advancements, things of this nature. They try to keep us in the bubbles to be, and prevent us from becoming scientists, to prevent us to becoming politicians, to prevent us to becoming banks and other things of this nature. So we know that's the type of stuff we need to be getting into, because that's what they try to keep us away from. And it's the same thing with this voting. They want to keep us away. Now, a lot of people are saying like, well, you got to pick the better two of the evils. And if you tell somebody that, they're going to be like, no, I'm not picking none of the evils. But listen, no society has ever just been taken over like how they say it is. You see what's going on? Russia is way bigger, way powerful than Ukraine. What's going on? What's going on there? It's an ongoing war. Even with Israel and Palestine, it's still an ongoing war. America just fought in Iraq and Afghanistan for 20 years just for them to get our weapons. It was an ongoing war. The only way things change is through guerrilla warfare. How was slaves brought us slaves? The Portuguese couldn't take out all of us African Americans who had came from the Holy Lands, came from lands where we was the middleman on other people goods. So we making money off of other people because they gotta come through our spot. We being able to trade things from all over the world because we are the center. So everybody in the world gotta come through the Holy Lands to get to Africa, come to the Holy Lands to get to Europe, come through the Holy Lands to get to Russia, India, Australia, and things of this nature. We sitting at the center point. So we have all the knowledge and the training and things of that nature that we need to thrive and survive. When we finally lost the Holy Lands and got sent to the slave coast and all that coast of Africa, we were still thriving, striving, doing good. The Portuguese, who we actually taught a lot of stuff to, they weren't unfamiliar with us. They weren't unfamiliar. We weren't no strangers. Actually got with the Africans, and they finessed them, they tricked them, and got in their head what they do today. What they do today, they're still doing it today in other countries. We just seen it in 1994 in Rwanda. They had the dark skins, the Hutus, and all that stuff versus the other tribes, the dark skinned tribe versus the light skinned tribe. And them people went up there and killed almost 1 million people in a couple of days. So that's what they've been doing. Now the white man runs all of that. There's nobody to buck them. They've been doing that for years. So nobody's just simply taking over. Now, voting is the bare minimum thing you can do, because you pick a candidate who's going to give you the most of what you need for your household, your environment, your family. And that's just simple. That's just simple A to B. Now, yeah, they might do this and yeah, they might do that, but they're going to be doing more for you, even though it's not enough, even though it might not be everything they said they was going to do. It's still going to be more for you than the other candidate is giving you. That's just like saying, well, they're doing a money giveaway up the street. Donald Trump is giving away $20. Kamala is giving away $30, but I need $100 to pay my phone bill, so I don't care about none of that. You can have that attitude, or you could go down there and get your 30. Even though with them having the money they have, they should give you that whole 100 for your phone bill. Not no $20 or no $30. But if you a real hustler, if you a real person who real life need to get your phone bill paid so you can go out and handle your business, you're gonna go down there and you're gonna get that 30 for Kamala. And then all you gotta work on is 70. See, we got to stop being so lazy. We got to stop giving up because it ain't enough. Nah. And that's just with voting. So let's say you actually, oh, well, they ain't do that. Okay, if you care so much, why don't you step it up? Why don't you go get that 30 for your phone bill, and why don't you go do some more hustling and get that other 70? Why don't you go vote? And then not only go vote, why don't you go to City Hall and talk to the people? Why don't you try to become a part of a political party? Why don't you try to make your own group to go and combat these social issues that you're having? Why don't you become the mayor? Why don't you become the Congress, the Senate, the governor, the president? If you real life need to get that phone bill paid, if you real life need these politicians to do what they say they're gonna do to actually help you and the people that you love, why don't you actually go take that step up? A lot of y'all not gonna do that. So the bare minimum that y'all need to do is go vote, because like I said, it's guerrilla warfare, and that's the only way things is gonna change, through guerrilla warfare, through tactics. We get to voting, we get to becoming in these parties, we become the candidates, we become the people that's actually making the legislature. We become the judicial. We become the executive. Why you think they making it so black versus white when it comes to police? Because imagine how many times have you been shot at by a black police officer? How many times have you been pulled over for no reason by a black police officer? And I understand that happens in a lot of cities, but for the most part, anytime something is crazy going on, it's going to be a white male police officer. So why don't we become the police? Why don't we become the legislators, the juries, the judge, the prosecutors, everything that we actually need, the defense attorneys that actually care about their people? We need to become these people. It's guerrilla warfare. So when it comes to voting, the bare minimum thing you can do is vote. Bare minimum. Otherwise, don't say nothing about nothing. Don't complain about nothing. When things ain't going your way, when you broke and the government ain't giving you this and ain't giving you that, and these laws is made to hold you down, don't say nothing, because you ain't go vote. You ain't do the bare minimum.